Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well being. It affects how we think, feel, or act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life because it affects us from childhood to adolescence to adulthood. Types of mental illness or disorders, and by disorder I mean a state of confusion or the disruption of normal physical or mental functions. It's a disease or abnormal condition. It includes A. Mood disorders.
My name is Candace Carter. I am from Holland, Michigan. Anxiety affects me where sometimes it's hard to function as a parent. I have trouble focusing. Loud noises cause me to kind of want to curl up in a ball and hide away. As well as even going out makes it kind of hard to be around big crowds of people. Makes me feel like I'm becoming claustrophobic.
Such as depression or bipolar disorder. It means to alternate from very high mood swings to very low moods of depression.
My name's David. I'm from Nevada. Usually handle stress by trying to relax or drink coffee with friends. That's kind of it.
Anxiety disorder. A person who is anxious or worried most of the days of their lives. They're worried about lots of different things for at least 6 months or more.
Hi, my name is Nicole, and I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I am answering a question on how do I handle stress. Well, right now I'm happy, but when I am stressed out, I listen to music. Sometimes I might just take a breather, a walk, right? Or just go somewhere quietly and just breathe in and breathe out. Most of the time I am not stressed out because I already deal with a lot already. I only get stressed sometimes if something is wrong, and right now there's not a lot that's going on besides COVID-19. That can be a little bit stressful because I do think about a whole lot of stuff. Like I work with children that have disabilities, and I have an oldest son that has a disability. So I guess I worry about me and my kids being sick, but I pray and I let God handle it, and I listen to music, and I just try to follow all the protocols of washing hands and different things like that. But I do think about a lot of children that are dealing with a lot of things right now, and basically that's all. I don't really have a whole bunch to say besides that, and I try not to be stressed out, because if I'm stressed out, my kids are stressed out. If they stress out, then we all are having issues. I try to be happy and try to handle things in better ways and figure out things how to handle. And if I am, I pray to God.
Personality disorder is a mental disorder in which you have a rigid or unhealthy pattern of thinking, functioning, and behaving. They are usually obsessive compulsive, paranoid, antisocial, schizoid, and narcissistic.
Okay, I'm Alicia and I'm from Las Vegas. You're not necessarily capable of having the capacity in like a chemical way, like something is often within your body, that leaves you more susceptible to spiritual attacks. So I think that you need to have a good foundation, and you need to have good communication, especially with the Lord, and keep that good positive communication and strength that He gives us. But then also understand that there's outside factors that can contribute to that as well. So I think that communication, that foundation that you find in doing different workshops or Bible studies or Bible groups or going to the Bible or prayer, have that, find that, build on that can help you to diminish that mental type of incapacity or disease or things like that.
Psychotic disorders, such as schizophrenia, are people with severe mental disorders. They cause abnormal thinking and perceptions. They lose touch with reality. Two main symptoms are delusion and hallucinations.
How do I see the church feel about mental health being a medical diagnosis versus a spiritual attack? I've seen both. I've seen how some people might think that when they are going through anxiety or depression or anything that is stressful in their lives, they might think this is a spiritual attack. Or they will not see that way and just see it as a medical diagnosis. I think it depends a lot of the way you were raised and the type of church denomination that you belong to. The only important thing is it doesn't matter how you see it or how you feel it's manifesting in your life. The important thing is that together as a church that we help these person and their family overcome it, and we're gonna do that by finding the best treatment, and that might sometimes include medications if it's warranted, right? For bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, sometimes anxiety, depression or PTSD, we can give medication that can help the person be more relaxed and to have a better management of their disease. And prayer, absolutely, if that's something that the person finds very necessary in their life, right? I mean, we're all Christian and you need that prayer, but sometimes you need a little more, and it's okay to get that help, from a medical professional either.
Eating disorders. They're characterized by irregular eating habits and severe distress or concern about body weight or shape, or eating inadequate or excessive food intake, which can ultimately damage an individual's well-being.
Does the church view mental illness as an illness or a spiritual attack? I don't know the answer to that question. I think it varies depending on the church and the church's views. However, my hope is that mental illness is seen as just as important as a physical illness.
Trauma-related disorders, such as post-traumatic stress disorder. This is a psychiatric disorder that can occur in people who have experienced or witnessed traumatic events, such as shocking, terrifying, or dangerous events that the thoughts and feelings don't fade away, but they last for months and maybe years, and they get worse and worse.
I think they wouldn't view it as a spiritual attack. My family is Catholic, so I'm assuming the priest wouldn't view someone with a mental illness like bipolar or schizophrenia as being spiritually attacked. I think he would view it as more of a disease.
You have substance abuse disorder. When a person's use of alcohol or another substance, such as drugs, leads to health issues or problems at work, school, or home.
Find that in the church they see it as a demonic attack, and a lot of times it could be, because we do know that there are demons that actually walk on the earth, or people that have been through voodoo, whatever. But also mental health is something that I think, because the church is supposed to be the hospital, and a lot of times we don't have that, we don't get that as a hospital. There's condemnation that comes with it. And I'm speaking from being in the church, that where there's a mental health issue, the church has got to become more of a hospital where if you know about deliverance, there is deliverance. If you know for sure that it's a demon, or if a demon is attached to it, it's a beautiful thing to see a person go through deliverance. After that, you still have to attend to the issue or watch the issue to make sure that it's not just something that is a physical illness, which there's lots of that going on as well because of abuse.
I'm Ariel Campbell. Talk to God. I just conversate with him and just be like, hey, God, I'm stressing about this. I'm stressing about this situation. I'm stressing about my workload, the task. I'm stressing about all of this. So I really, really need your help. I need you to give me some strategies, give me some equipment, give me the tools that'll allow me to not stress about it. I don't want to stress about it. I want to be able to successfully figure out, solve the problem without being stressed out, you know? So I talk to him. I ask him to help me, help me to handle whatever it is that I've been stressing about or that I've stressed about. So I just talk to him and I ask him to help me.
Many of our problems in mental health is because we have not kept the word of the Lord or strayed from it. Isaiah 26:3 says, Thou wilt keep him. We shouldn't have to keep ourselves, but God will do it when? When we're in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed, not sometimes, but all the time, stayed on thee, which is God. Why will he do that? Because the person trusteth him. ETH means to continue to trust in God. Jesus said in Psalms 27, Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Philippians 4:7, And the peace of God which passeth all understanding shall keep your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ. So you ask, how do you handle stress, or does stress handle you? Stress is defined as a feeling of emotional or physical tension. It can come from any event or thought that makes you feel frustrated, angry, or nervous. It's your body's reaction to a challenge or demand. You know you're stressed when, number one, you become easily agitated, frustrated, moody. Number two, you feel overwhelmed, like you're losing control or need to take control. Number three, you have difficulty relaxing or quieting your mind. Number four, you feel bad about yourself. You have low self-esteem. You're depressed. And number five, you avoid being around others. These are signs. Now, everyone experiences stress from time to time. There are different types of stress, and all of which carry physical and mental health risk. Whether you experience it one time, a short time, or long term. Stress is not the same experience for everyone. What stresses one person out may not affect another person at all. It is also said money is the top cause of stress in America. A 2015 survey reported 72% of Americans were stressed about money. Even though stress is inevitable, how you respond to stress is vital. These are things you can do. Number one, realize that this is stress. Number two, pray God give you wisdom to handle the stress. Number three, do what you can to resolve the stress step by step. And number four, relax and do something you enjoy. Laugh.
I was recently, about a year ago, diagnosed with severe depression and a bipolar disorder. Due to my mental health issues, like it's really has took a toll on me. I want to know how can I and what like how do I and what can I do to actually get over things that I go through in my everyday life, like forgiveness. I want to forgive a person, but it constantly it's like I constantly dwell on the situation. I ain't really forgot, and I just want to know what can I do.
The question was asked, if you are bipolar and your bipolar was caused by a certain person, how do you deal with the unforgiveness or the anger you have towards the person that you feel brought this disorder upon you? Well, first of all, you don't allow the person that brought you down to keep you down. You fight that back by thinking of something positive. Don't meditate on the negative thing that they did, But think of something positive in your life that can encourage you and strengthen you to be a better person. Why would you take energy thinking on something negative that only makes you worse when God has promised us that if we keep our mind stayed on Him, He would give us perfect peace? So force yourself, when that thought comes, to refuse to meditate on that negativity. But you're going to put your mind on God, the Word of God. Thank God that He's yet kept you here, that God is with you, even if you have to sing to yourself every time that thought comes. Don't allow what brought you down to keep you down. God bless.